Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. It's Deacon Blues, and I'm back again, bringing you another wonderful role playing experience from DeaconsTable. Of course, I will be joined by a wonderful cast of interesting characters, if to say the least. Just want to kind of welcome everybody. If you are brand new to the stream, I'm doing my best to watch the chat. I do occasionally miss things because I'm, running a game. It does happen. But yeah, I've also got the players that do occasionally watch chat unless I tell them not to, depending on what's going on. So, DeaconsTable, as you guys know, is an inclusive gaming community, mostly role-playing games. Foundation of Dungeons and Dragons being primary, but also Vampire the Masquerade and Rifts and BattleTech and all kinds of opportunities to play games within the community, and also video games as well. We do our stream every Tuesday night. Here is Southern Expanse until the new year. In the new year, we'll be back again with our Emerald Legion campaign. But we also are currently streaming every week for a Minecraft stream called New Beginnings. That's on Thursday evenings. And every week I have a selection of guests. Sometimes it's people that you see here on camera. Sometimes it's people from the actual server community that I'm on. Which, by the way, is called the VCraft SMP. And if you are a Minecraft player and you're looking for a community, to come and play in, there is a variety. There is Skyblock, there is Survival. They're going to be opening their modded server soon. So lots of opportunities. And again, it is a free, to play server. You just have to come be part of the Discord community. And if you are interested, you can DM me through Twitch or through YouTube. And I'll make sure you get the Discord referral until we get a proper advertisement for them up on the screen as well. So, in the meantime, guys, I am going to ask my wonderful cast to unmute themselves. We are going to go around the table and we will figure out what the character is. You'll find out more about the actual player at the end of the stream. We're just going to kind of talk about the character they're playing, what their character's name is, their race, and their class. So that's pretty much it. That's all we really need to know, unless there's a single phrase that you think sums up your characters. So yeah, if you guys want to unmute, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to start with Daksha.
I'm Daksha, the Luxodon monk, newly on the ship.
John.
I am John, the starboard gunner for the ship, and I'm a wood elf.
Very rare in these parts, a wood elf. Tinkle.
Well, I am Tinkle, the small pirate. I'm a small fellow, and I'm apprentice at basically as a helmsman.
And I'm going to move on. Before I do, Tinkle, if there's any way that you can turn up your microphone volume just a tad, it would be helpful. But we are going to move on to Gabriele.
I'm Gabriele, who is a Triton warlock.
It's nice. Again, another rare being aboard this ship. You don't see Tritons on land or on a ocean. Well, I guess you do see them on an ocean vessel once in a while. But that's about it. It's pretty rare. And lastly, joining us this week for the first time is Whistler.
Hello, I'm Whistler. I am a Kenku sorcerer and one of the riggers of our fair ship.
All right, and I am Deacon Blues. I am the dungeon master for this session. We have, so everybody is aware as well, we did complete 2 session zeros. We've talked about our lines and veils, and we know exactly where those are, and we stay within them. This is not a kid-friendly necessarily streamed. We do have suggested adult content here and there. Again, it's nothing serious. I mean, I would say PG-13 is probably a safe bet for most of the time. We don't usually cross any barriers beyond that. So, and again, so we're going to recap a little bit where we left off. In our very first episode, saw us in harbor at the city of Elderlock, which is a tropical desert city of course, along the southern expanse, one of the largest merchant ports in the area. And you guys were there to, one, drop off some booty, with cargo, and sell it off and take your share of the spoils. But also because during your many months at sea, you have lost some crew members, and those had to be replaced. So, touching base in the harbor, the feelers were put out by the captain, in which some sailors joined the ship. One of which is an assistant to the ship's carpenter, and that is Daksha. And she arrived at port. You guys did go ashore, or some of you did go ashore to collect your pays in person. John went out to pay his debt, but he also got robbed twice along the way, one by a stranger and one by Tinkle himself, who gave the money back, but it was just to kind of prove a point, I think, which was the whole foundation of that. But John did manage to make it to his destination and pay off the person he owes money to, which is probably probably lucky in his part, to say the least.
Yeah, I bought maybe another month.
Yeah. There's more payments coming due, I'm sure. The person you owe money to isn't the type to be very patient sometimes. So, but in the meantime, also, you didn't see Whistler, because Whistler was actually below deck recovering from a fall during one of the storms. Whistler nearly went overboard, coming off the railing, hitting the riggings, kind of hurt himself. But
It's a pity he can't fly.
Yeah.
it's a little bit difficult for Whistler as well, and you guys will all figure out why shortly. Those of you that are familiar with Kenku probably know where I'm going with this. But during that storm, again, there was not very many bodies nearby. However, he was very lucky that he did catch the attention in his fall of Yaroslav, the GIF bosun, who did kind of grab a hold of him and bring him back on board and take him down to basically the infirmary, where he can rest up and wait until he's healed. And of course, now he is better again. So with that, we have Tinkle. You are, I'm presumably at near Jenny, the helmsman, at the back of the ship. We have Daksha, who currently right now is probably on the deck of the ship, because again, you guys, what left you guys, you were at sea, and it was spotted at a distance, the vessel of the Sea Scorpion, the orc, slightly larger pirate ship than this one, an orc ship, and that is your target destination. That is the vessel that you guys are currently seeking. So you're on deck, John. You're actually manning the cannon on the starboard side, because the ship has been turning slightly to put the Sea Scorpion on the starboard side of the ship. So when that time comes, Gabriele, you're helping out on deck, being a swab. You're doing your thing, and at this point, Whistler, who has been kind of non-existent or no-show even during your port stay, comes up on deck. Having heard a little bit of some commotion, a lot of the crewmen are running to their stations. We have the gunnery individuals. The catapult is mounted. The ballista is mounted. All the cannons are mounted, even though the starboard ones are the ones we put to the most use. But that is where everybody stands. So, Whistler, what do you do when you first come on deck and see everybody rushing around, manning stations, looking over the starboard side?
Before Whistler goes to get into his position, he's going to look specifically for Jaroslav.
Yeah, Yaroslav is up on the quarter castle, I think. Quarter
Okay.
deck, up on the top with the helmsman. Not far away from Tinkle and the captain and from Jenny.
Whistler is hunched, as he always is, crutch his way over to where Jaroslav is. He's going to, in rare fashion for his character, actually walk up and actually initiate conversation with Jaroslav.
Okay. And what does that conversation look like?
He's going to just raise a hand like this, which is his normal motion for give me paper and pen to write on. Paper and ink, I should say, to write on.
Yaroslav just kind of looks down at you, and yes, he does kind of look down at you. He is clearly like about 7 feet tall or close to it. Big, monstrous individual. Looks down at you, and he's like, Whistler, where does it look like I have a quill and ink and paper here on deck?
Okay.
We can
Thinking
talk
for a
later. And he points over the starboard side of the ship.
He decides he's not even going to bother with the speaking. He's just going to just open Yaroslav's hand and place 15 gold into his hand.
He's not going to turn down free money. He closes his hand and pockets it, but at the same time, his other massive maw reaches down to the top of your head and starts to turn your head towards the starboard side of the ship.
I'm just gonna get back to work now.
Make
How
me a
far is
perception-
he away from Tinkle?
Probably about 10 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So make me a perception check for this one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay. That is a nat one.
Okay, so you're having a real hard time seeing anything out on the water. It all just kind of blurs with the water itself and the sky and everything else. It takes a good few minutes for Jaroslav to kind of he's manhandling your head, forcing you to kind of look at. You do eventually spot something you can't believe you didn't see in the first place, because it's big. It's bigger than the ship that you're on. It is a large reddish wooden ship, nearly a frigate size. It is bearing a red flag with a black scorpion on it, and that is the sea scorpion at the distance. You do know from what you can tell, Whistler, because you do normally go in the crow's nest, that it's probably not within range at this point, but you can tell the captain is making maneuvers, communicating with Jenny at the helm, and the ship is being taken into engage for sure.
Okay, so everyone's alerted already.
Everybody, well, that's when you came up, as I said, everybody was in chaos, everybody's manning stations. Now you're seeing why. Tinkle, do you do anything with this sort of spectacle? Like, you've known Whistler to be, usually he's in the crow's nest, usually a pretty good lookout, but he hadn't been seen in a while since the last big storm. No one really asks about it on the ship, and if the captain wanted you guys all to know that someone went overboard or died, she would tell you. If she didn't want you to know, she wouldn't. That's just the way it is. The ship. She controls. So what are you making of this situation?
With the situation of him having a hard time going to his position?
Seeing it, and he's putting money in Yaroslav's hand.
Well, I'm basically keeping to myself. I really don't know what has happened. So I keep an eye on him, but at this point, he seems to be very off. So I'm not going to rely on his sight. So I'm going to pull up my spyglass, and I let Jenny know, am I steering right now, or
No.
is Jenny steering?
Jenny is steering right now.
Okay, so I let Jenny know that I'm just going to go off to the side, or do you want me to go up to the bird's nest to take a look?
I would like to have you close near the helm, so if you don't mind just stepping off to the side to keep an eye on things and
Okay.
let us know when we are, if we're about to come into range. Let us know when we're,
Okay, so I move off to the left-hand side of the back of the boat, over to the side. We're going at a fair pace, aren't we?
we're going at a good. The ship's going at a good clip. It's not, full speed, but it's definitely picking up speed as she's kind of turning now into the, to get the wind into the sails.
Okay, so as I do normally when we start to pick up speed, I actually jump on the other side, holding on, and I'm using my spy scope to see where the boat is.
Okay. Yeah, you are.
With a big smile on my face, like I'm a little kid.
Okay, you can make me a perception check.
You want dex or acrobatics?
Perception.
Oh, sorry, perception.
Yeah, my bad.
That's a 22.
22. Yeah, you are probably at about 2,400 feet.
So I call it out.
Which yeah, you call out 2,400, or max range is what you could call, because that's the furthest a cannon can shoot. You do know that in general, the captain does not like to fire until things are within reasonably close range, just because why waste ammunition if you don't have to. So you call that out. You guys are moving along. What are you doing, John, as the ship is now picking up speed? You see Tinkle hanging off the side with a spyglass. You see Whistler on deck with Euroslaw and the captain and Jenny at the helm. Daksha, she is on deck at some point, as is Gabriele. But what are you doing?
I am loading up Tony and Ezekiel with a special shot.
Okay. You're
Cannonballs in each one linked by a chain to take out the masts of the other ship.
Okay, so you are going to attempt that with the cannons. So that is something you know specifically well. You best be within close range. Because if you miss with that, it's ammunition.
We also need to time the shot properly so that both cannons go off at the same time.
So I need you to make me an intelligence check, but also add your dexterity modifier.
Eight plus 3.
Okay, so you're 11. Okay, you think everything is loaded up properly, and it's ready to go as far as you know. Gabriele, what are you doing on the deck?
I'm just doing my job. I saw Whistler come up. Didn't pay too much attention because I was running around getting what needed to be done.
Yep.
I see Tinkle up on the side of the ship. Again, normal. Probably see John loading up his cannons. And again, I'm just doing what I need to do, be where I need to be.
Okay. So you're basically being, one of the several swabs that are on deck. You are keeping things out of people's way. You're coiling up ropes as they're being tossed aside. You're helping to hold and tie off some of the riggings as the riggers toss them down to you. So you are, really on the go. Daksha, what are you doing?
I'm, making sure I know where all of the supplies are for if things get damaged, be ready for that. Keeping my ears open for anything, listening carefully with with the big ears, I'm, try and listen for anything off or, anything I should alert the captain of.
Okay, everything looks like it's good, but you can make me an investigation.
Nope.
And add your proficiency modifier.
Would that be considered part of the keen smell, or like, can I use my
No,
nose along with
it's
it?
more you're doing a visual.
Just a side. Okay. And you said add what to it? My modifier?
Add your proficiency modifier.
Proficiency? Okay. Nat 20.
Nice.
So that'll be 23 altogether.
You really like you give a glance at the ship, and everything just seems to pop for you. It's like an instant recognition. Perhaps it was your initial first day walkthrough when you first came on board, just coming back to you. But you're able to really size up the condition of the mast, the sails, the rails, the deck flooring, everything. And you're looking, and you do with that roll. Everything looks pretty solid right now, but you can tell that the rear, the stern mast is looking a little worn, and probably from the storms that have come. It did take a couple of hits from the yard arms and whatnots as they're doing the storms. But it does look like it might need some replacing in the future, but right now everything looks good.
Is there like any thing that I can do to, shore it up a little bit, like sealing it up or anything like that?
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it. Like it doesn't need bracing. It's got no cracks or splinters in it. It's just you can just tell the wood is starting to really the age. It's showing some signs of wear. That's
So I'll just gotta keep an eye on it during the battle, since it's the weakest spot.
Exactly.
And as we're closing with the target, I'm gonna get the master gunner to double check my trajectories.
Don't worry, we're getting there. So that is what you guys are all doing at this point in time. Tinkle, you do know you are just about within range.
Okay. So I give the call of we're just in about range, and I'm flipping my hair back in the wind, enjoying it so much. I put the spyglass away. I flip over the rail again, and I go as I enjoy it. And then I start singing a pirate ballad to get the crew up and going.
Okay. So you start doing a little bit of a chant and jig or what have you, or typical pirate jigs, to get them going. And sure enough, within maybe the first few rounds of the few verses, they start chiming in, and before long, the whole ship, save the captain and the officers, are pretty much quietly doing the chant and doing their work and getting everything ready to go. Captain Zalira speaks up and looks over at Yuroslaw and Sankir and Barrett, and she has some brief words with them. And at that, Jenny turns and yells, Tinkle, by the helm and brace.
Okay. I rush over as I'm still singing, and I brace.
Okay, Yuroslaw goes up to the edge railing looking down on the main deck, and he yells down, Swabs, brace yourself. Riggers, man your places and be ready to board.
Okay. Whistler is going to be whistling the pirate shanty that Tinkle is singing.
Okay, and you're going to be doing what?
I'm just going to be doing what I need to. I'm setting up the rigging.
Okay, so you are preparing then, making sure that you would be ready to board.
Yes.
Okay. Gabriele, you are a swab. So what are you doing at this point?
I am bracing myself as I was told to do.
Okay,
so
are
that,
you bracing yourself near the edge of the ship, near the center of the ship?
Probably in the center. Where I think would probably be the best place to be.
Okay.
to where if I could help if we get any boarding issues,
Alrighty.
if anybody decides to come in at us.
You guys see Varric kind of hop down from the upper deck there and go down below to the cannons. Varric comes in and inspects the starboard trajectories on the cannons and nods his approval. And then he looks over and he looks to the other people that are under his command, to the cannons and to the ballista, as well as to the catapult. Be prepared. And he heads back up on the top deck. That is, you're doing that, you're doing that. And we are now into round 2. At this point, it is ranged attacks, but only from the cannons. So you may fire, John.
As soon as I hear the order.
Yep, you are given the command to fire cannons, starboard.
So what do I do? Just roll a d20?
Yep, roll a straight 20. And add your dex.
Son of a whore. 6 plus 3.
Oh dear. So you got a 9. With the 9, you fire the cannons off, and you do know it's hard for you to see below deck at this point. You guys are at about 600 feet from the enemy ship. But it's hard to kind of see around the cannon edge, but you do kind of follow its trajectory a little bit. You do know that you have missed the mast by a fair bit, actually. Mind you, you did hit with one of the cannonballs, and it seemed to do some damage to the side rail of the ship. I'm trying to find my dice, and I don't know where they disappeared to. I had them here. Oh, there they are. Yay. Don't want to use electronic ones, even though after the rolls I had at Pat's house, I probably should use electronic dice, but... Oh, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not.
Judging
Okay.
by mine on the electronic dice, like,
You never know. Sometimes you get really good rolls on the electronic, and sometimes you don't. Most of the time, you don't.
So you can, with the cannons, you can roll me 3d10.
Nice.
20.
20. Excellent. So yeah, it does take some splinters off that railing. It actually takes out a couple of rungs, doing some damage to the other ship, which is a good thing. With that, the next round, you guys do know at this point the catapult launches an attack. And I will roll
Chris,
that one.
I have to ask, what did the chain and the other ball do to the crew on deck?
It actually didn't. You missed the crew on deck with that roll. It was just, it kind of went a little bit low on the trajectory, so it kind of went up, flipped that railing out, and just kept going up past the ship. So you really didn't do a lot of damage to it, but you did some. There are a couple of rounds of those still left, but we don't know whether or not you'll be within a suitable range. You know, if they get any closer, which she probably is, you're probably not going to be firing again. So you do know that. With the catapult, it does actually make a hit on the ship. And actually, someone volunteer to do 3d8 damage, please. I don't want to roll it. Go ahead, Whistler. Let me know what it is.
That would be 11.
Okay. Okay. And round 3, we have, or sorry, round 4, we have the ballista firing. And that is Let's go with this. Okay. So next, we need to do initiatives, please. And I will be sharing in the Discord. Yo, share it in the Discord. You guys can join the map program.
You got a 19 initiative.
Okay. Team initiative. Let's see.
Just like I was saying, with the electronic dice, I just got a nat one.
Jeez.
For some reason, my initial's not rolling.
Well, then roll a dice. So you rolled in
Oh,
that
there
one,
we go.
but what
I
do
got
you
it.
have? What's your plus to initiative, though, Daksha?
Oh, mine is 4 altogether.
So 4. Okay.
I rolled a 5 total.
I got a 13.
We're just all doing well, aren't we?
I got a 19.
Tinkle got an 18.
Whistler's just having a bad day.
You are just getting back on track.
Ron is 19.
No, he's
18.
normally like that.
Miss anybody?
I wouldn't know. I just got here.
Okay. All right. So the beginning of round 5. You are about 60 feet away, or actually, sorry, at this point you're about 120 feet away. So anybody that has a ranged attack, I will go through the initiatives and let's find out where we are at this point.
How many feet did you say?
You're about 120 feet away from the other ship.
Okay.
So some people may have ranged weapons that can do the trick. So we will go through that and let us go to. I guess first will be John. John, you are below deck.
I has a short bow.
Okay,
I
so you
suppose
would
I
have
will
to go
come
up
up
on
on
deck.
deck.
Okay, so you're up on deck. So you're going to the starboard side, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And what is your maximum range on a short bow? I think it's 60, 120 is medium range. Is that correct?
220 is max.
Okay. So you can attempt to fire off an arrow.
Says range is 80/320.
Sorry, it was 320.
All right, so you are you're gonna take a -1.
Trying to
The
figure
bad
out.
thing about being a monk, the farthest thing is a dart, and that's only up to 60.
Trying to figure out how to fire the arrow.
Oh, through D&D
On
Beyond?
Discord? Or on D&D Beyond?
On D&D Beyond, yeah.
You hit the hit plus. You just click on that.
So there's like a little square that has plus whatever your hit to hit is. That's actually a button you can click on and it'll roll your to hit. And then the one right after that is your damage. In your actions section.
Yeah, I'm trying. I've got an unarmed strike. And I've got a sneak attack. I don't have.
Oh, you might not have your bow equipped. Go into inventory. And there's like a little square in front of your bow. If it's not red, that means it's not equipped. You have to click on that for it to go into the actions.
I had to equip mine too.
Equip the arrows. And equip the short bow. There we go.
It should show,
Ay,
does it show up in the actions now?
yes, it does. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
You're welcome.
Yay.
16 to hit.
That hits. I take it you are aiming for one of the pirates.
I'm going to try to hit the guy that's manning their wheel.
Okay.
Assuming that the wheel's exposed on deck and not in a wheelhouse.
No, it's exposed. So what was that to hit? A 16?
16.
That misses.
And can I take 2 shots with a
If-
bow or?
If it says you have 2 shots, I don't know what your proficiencies are, your feats or anything else. So if you have another action, then they'll let you take it.
No, we only have one with bow right now.
Yeah, it says attacks per action 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just one.
Yeah, so just one that means.
Gotta love being level 1.
Yep. Exactly. Okay.
Wee weenie baby characters
So
right
that
now.
was an 18 and 19. Actually, sorry, Tinkle, do you have anything that can reach over there 120 feet?
Well, I can shoot, but I'm also helping to steer.
Okay. So you're going to continue just to help with Jenny and to brace. Okay. Yeah, so you are at this point, you're back. Okay. And you are on to, where are we at? 13. That would be Gabrielle.
I am going to attempt to use Eldritch Blast. And I have to pick someone, right?
Yep. Pick a target.
Can I try and get the one that has the catapult? Because you said that was dangerous.
Yep. You sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I can't guarantee this is gonna work. 17.
That hits.
Nice. Okay. I rolled on that for it. For damage. 5
Okay.
damage,
5 damage. There you go.
I think. Never played a warlock before, so.
Okay. Excellent. And then we are on to Whistler.
Aye. Okay. So you said about 128.
120 feet.
Is there someone right at the edge of the ship?
You can see them on the map.
Didn't realize over the map.
The link is in the Discord.
My bad there.
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
You really can't see the
Alright.
other guy at the top of the stairs.
Noticing a wizard.
No, you can't see him.
Oh,
The
I
guy
can't
at the
see
top of the stairs, you can't see.
Oh, my
He's
bad.
behind a rail.
Then I'm just going to aim for one of the guys at the, at the edge of the ship. Probably
Okay.
aiming at one.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast a cantrip on him. Chill touch.
Is that not a touch spell?
You create a ghostly skeleton hand in the space of a creature within range. You make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the chill the grave.
Okay. And it's 120
That is a
foot range.
deceptive name.
Okay, as long as the range is 120 feet. So does he get a
That is
saving?
exactly the range, yes. So I'm going. It says it does on hit. It does 1d8.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Rolling. And that is an 8 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, with that, Whistler
Yeah.
is just going to move right next to Gabrielle.
Okay.
Like that. And just ready for the next round.
Okay, so that's it for you. And then Daksha, you were last. And yes, Jen, welcome, welcome. You didn't miss too much. They just started the battle with the other ship. They're about 120 feet away from it. As the ship is closing. So Daksha, it is your turn, and then we'll move on to the next round after you.
Well, at the moment, I can't do any ranged attacks because
Okay.
mine's up to 60. And basically, I just want to position myself in the best position for my post. Safety first kind of thing, but still keeping an eye on the weakest point of the ship and anything else I can do.
Okay, excellent.
And that's pretty much my turn at the moment.
All right, so we are at that point.
As my bonus action, can I duck down behind the rail?
Yep.
Before the counterfire starts?
You can crouch down below the rail. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Sorry, I'm just going through the opposing attacks and what these guys are doing. There, there. There. Okay. 1, 2. Partial cover. What's your AC, John?
It's about middle section of the thing at the top. It says armor class. It looks like a shield right next to initiative.
13. Thank you.
Okay, so 13. Yeah, that's still going to shoot. So, yeah,
I'm sure I get some sort of bonus for cover, right?
partial cover. Yeah, your AC was technically 15 with that, so missed you. Okay, so that's that. So you do see a volley of small volley of arrows come flying across the deck. One of your crewmates up here on the deck, this fellow has been injured now. He has an arrow sticking out of him. Let's see the weapons. Okay. This stuff. And that is it. So this on the this here, just so you know, is actually it's a larger ballista. It's not really a catapult on their ship, but it's similar to what this is here. It fires and completely misses your ship. The one here on their forget my terminology. Anyway, the front of the ship.
The forecastle.
Yeah,
Forecastle, is it not?
The forecastle. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
The ballista there, however, does make a hit on your catapult that is there. So it is doing some damage to that. As you see this massive bolt, like a giant-sized arrow that just comes flying over top of the rail and thuds into that catapult. Okay. Okay, so at the top of the round, we are back to Tinkle. And at this point, you are 60 feet away.
John is before me.
Is he? Oh, John, sorry. Yeah, 18. My bad.
I'm going to move to here and try to shoot the guy manning their ballista.
Okay, take a shot.
Okay, let's try this again. $18 this time.
An 18, that definitely hits. So you fire off that arrow, and he's just getting ready. He's starting to move the crank, to move the ballista and to try and re-aim it. Looks like he was starting to move
I do
towards the
7 points of damage.
7. Yeah, looks like he
Yeah.
was trying to move it towards where the captain is and the helm of the ship. Okay, so he has now been damaged. Okay, and now we move on to Tinkle.
Okay. So are the boats pretty well staying side by side, or are they
This is the where she's trying to move her to, so that you're within boarding reach.
Okay, so we normally have riggers and ropes hanging for swinging.
Yep.
So what I want to do is right about here, I'd like to grab one of the ropes, and I would like to try to swing myself over to hit one of this guy or this guy with swinging over and hopefully coming back to the boat.
Okay, that's a bit of a long swing. You're looking at 65 feet-ish. You might be able to get about 30 feet out.
Okay.
So you'll be about 35 feet away from them. So
Because
you
it's
will,
my full movement, right? So whatever you deem. But that'll be an acrobatic.
yeah, make me an
to swing out
acrobatics
there.
roll, please.
So I also have advantage with acrobatics.
Yep.
So I have a 24.
24, no problem. So you get out to, about, you're kind of halfway in between the two ships. There is about a 60-foot distance, as I said, between the two. Not quite what you're seeing there, but you're in between. So
Okay.
what is your attack action?
Well, that was my attack. I'm trying to swing and use my body as like something to hit it, like a mace or
Like a wrecking ball.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even if
so,
I could turn around and use my butt to hit them.
Yeah, so you're about 30 feet out, you swing, and you do fall short, but you end up coming back onto the deck of the ship, right about here. So you realize that those ropes are not long enough yet to do what you were trying to do. But now you know.
Okay.
Now you know that probably next round you'll be able to do just that. So moving on to Gabriele.
She will see Whistler come up next to her, nod a little bit at him, use Awakened Mind to ask if she's all right, and then Eldritch blast the ballista guy again.
So yes, in your head, you just get, you see Gabrielle look over at you, Whistler, as you approach, give you a nod, and in your head it's you all right, and then she just quickly turns and sends these blasts of energy out of her hands towards the enemy ship. So make me a hit roll, Gabrielle.
She's been doing this with Whistler for 2 years, so she's just like, "You okay?" and then attack. I don't think that's gonna hit. That was a 11.
Nope, that does not hit, unfortunately. So we are now on to, I think that's Whistler now at this point. So yes, Whistler. So you had just heard in your head. You okay?
Whistler is just going to give a look at Gabrielle, and he's just going to think in his head. Hopefully she'll be listening. Just having a bad day. I think I might be able to make the enemy have trouble hitting us.
Okay, so what is your action? Movement and action.
Okay, first off, I need to ask, you said they're 60 feet away, right?
60 feet away, yes.
Here's the question. Would you be able to see the person at the wheel if you climbed up the stairs?
So if you were to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that's pretty much a double move just to get there. So no action. But yeah, if you want to go up there, and the only way to know is look. So do you do that or not?
Instead of just going up and looking, I'm just going to cast Ray of Sickness on the person that's on the catapult like thing.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me just officially cast that.
So you will need to make a few steps around just to get a good visible.
Why is it not casting? There it is. Okay, I used it now. All right, and I need to roll the to hit. Rolling. That's an 11 to hit.
And that misses. So, Daksha, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know if mine counts now, with it being the 60, because it's exactly at 60 or not, so I wasn't sure if
You
I
can,
use
well,
it or
with,
not.
if you are, for example, if you're here, you can get number 1 or number 2 that you see there. If
Okay.
you decide to move up there, you can hit number 1. You know,
Yeah, I think that's what I'll try to do. I'll try to hit number 1, and then afterwards kind of duck down under the railing after.
okay,
So we'll try.
alrighty, go ahead.
That's a 16 to hit.
And that does hit.
For 5 damage.
All right, it looks like
And I need to
he's
reclaim my darts afterwards.
you're ducking down. Like he takes a good solid hit, but as he does, you see him. It's like that one's a big one, so you see him doing a 2-hand crank to move it, and it looks like he's aiming it directly at you as you're crouching down below the railing. But you do know
Can
that
I move then?
behind. Can you move? Yes, you can.
Yeah, can I move then? Because I do not want a ballista coming straight at me.
You can take a 5-foot roll to your right or to your left.
I think I will do it to. Let's see. I would say to my left.
You keep you away from Tinkle.
Yes. The less amount of people. Yeah. I think there. And also away from the mass too, because I know that's a major.
That's
target.
probably, now that you see it and you're doing the roll, that's probably what he's aiming for is your main mass.
Probably, but I'm just making sure in case he misses.
Either that or because that thing would go right through the rail and right into the mass.
Oh
It would
yeah.
probably
Oh
break
yeah,
the
that would
mass.
totally go through the rail.
You sure you
Okay.
don't want to roll right into Tinkle's arms?
Oh, brother. I can't roll that far anyway.
You know you want to come here.
She would roll right over you, mister.
Smush.
That's the whole point. I'd
He's
rather
like
die
smushed to
that
the
way.
back of my back.
A Tinkle pancake.
Tinkle would die a happy man there.
You guys are going to open up a shop in Elderlock called Tinkle Cakes.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the end of your guys' round. Now the pirates will all take their actions and move. This individual will go here and will take a shot over at their captain, making a hit. Oops. One thing I hate about earbuds. Points. Okay. This weapon is what? And that is another hit. Damage to the ship. Okay. And this one is going to do the same. Ooh, ouch. $48 points of damage to the ship. That's crazy. So okay. So on the edge, Daksha, you have partial cover. Tinkle, you have partial cover. John, you have partial cover. Whistler, you do not.
Partial. I'm a small guy. I'm probably fully covered.
Yeah, you probably get it. Well, you'll get a bonus as well. Whistler, does a 15 hit you?
That be a yes.
Take 2 points of piercing damage.
2 points?
Yeah.
All right. Done.
Okay, and who else can take it?
You just got back onto the crew and you're already getting hurt.
Okay.
He is a bird.
Whistler's just having a very bad day.
Does he need the services of a carpenter yet?
Not yet.
Yes, she is watching to see if anyone needs a limb removed.
Let's see, is there what you guys do see, and this is not representative of actually, who would be able to see that?
I need a back scratch.
Gabriele, you can make me a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception. He's real good. 16?
Yep, you see it materializing just on the other side of the main mast over here. Is this 6.5 foot tall, slimy, scaly monstrosity covered with seaweed and nastiness, has just materialized on the deck of your ship. You're the only one so far that sees this. So
Can I very quickly let people know?
you can take a free action, yes.
And
But what are you gonna say? One sentence.
you said it was a big, scaly monstrosity?
Yeah, actually, you know what it is. It's a Sahagin.
Oh, it's a Hagen, okay. A
Being a
Sahagin.
Triton, you definitely know what that is.
Big, scaly thing. Not a good thing to be on board. I'm just gonna yell, Swaggin on deck, danger.
Alrighty. So you guys all you guys can all make your perception checks. Because there is combat going on. There's wood cracking. There's people yelling.
Just be honoring when I smell it.
Where are you? Not
I did
yet.
say he was slimy. I'm just teasing.
Roll to 17.
Okay.
8.
Personally, myself, where I'm located, I wouldn't see it, especially
There-
with my size.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because Whistler's in between you and it, and then it's partially behind the mast. Okay, so yeah,
That's why
you're,
he was trying to let everybody know.
and John, you're probably
Yeah, with my 8,
yeah.
I am
You're
probably
the mast is
too
in the way. You
focused on-
don't see what she's talking about.
Yeah,
You have
I'm
no clue.
probably ultra focused on the dude across the way.
Yeah. And what did you roll again, Daksha?
I got a 21.
21. You kind of take a quick look around when you hear that, and you spot what she's talking about. About 10 feet away from you, on the other, like just on the other side of the mast, and it looks like it's facing towards the back of the ship, looking towards either the catapult that's there, or perhaps even going up on the helm after the captain. So it's hard to tell. But that's what you see. So that is everybody making the turn. Yep. So everybody has taken their action. So we are at the top of the round, and that is John at the top of the round, and then of course Tinkle. That means you're on deck.
I'm gonna take another shot at number 7 there
Mm-hmm.
on the ballista.
Yep.
Got a 21 to hit
Oh, nice.
and 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage. Okay. 16. He's looking very badly hurt, to the point where it looks like he's having a hard time maneuvering that ballista. Is what you've noticed. So you did make a solid hit on him. Tinkle, you are up. And that means that, Gabriele, you're on deck.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm looking around, and then I'm going to move towards Daksha as I grab another rope. I give her a wink as I jump onto the railing, and then I swing out with my other hand that is free. I'm pulling out my whip, and I don't know it's a wizard. I'm just going for that one because I'm looking at my line of direction on how I'm doing it.
Yep.
And I'm trying to use my whip to grapple it, and with the momentum of the swing, pull the person over the edge.
What's the reach with the whip?
10.
You fall short. Keep in mind, you're. Well, actually, no, wait. You're a little closer now. 10 foot. Yeah, you know what? You'll just catch them, possibly. So make your roll.
Okay, so my acrobatics first is a 21. And then my to hit, I'm putting everything into this, so I'm going to use my inspiration
Okay.
because I want this. I'm having fun with this, so let's see if I can do it. And with the whip, I hit it with a 20 to start a grapple.
Okay. So you have got the whip wrapped around his arm, as he was trying to brace onto the railing. That's the only reason why you caught him, is his arm was up as he was kind of crouching behind the railing, and you caught on to him. But he's now braced, so you're kind of being held there. He's supporting. It looks like he's trying to. He would want to untie the whip, but if he does that, it means he's going to let go of the railing, and there's a chance that he could be. I mean, he's bigger than you are, but it's the momentum thing. You kind of you're hanging between the two ships, suspended between the rope and your whip. So that is where you are held at this point.
And then I look back at Daksha and I say, pull, as I have a big smile on my face.
Okay, so we are now Gabriele. It's your turn.
All right.
And Whistler, you're on deck.
I am going to try to do Hex as a bonus action on the Swagan
Okay.
and cast Eldritch Blast at it.
All right.
I'm not entirely sure how to do this.
Okay, so if you D&D Beyond, if you just click on Hex, it should pop up the description on what it does
Okay.
and how it works.
Does it matter what order I do it in?
I believe Hex should be first.
Hex is first? Okay. Sorry, I never done Warlock before, so forgive me. on
Yeah,
that one.
I've only played one once, and I don't even think I have or used it.
Okay, so I casted it. Then I do my spell, then I do the damage for Hex?
I think so.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna hit 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Okay. Now what?
Okay. Are you moving? Are you staying put? Are you?
Hang on. What, Naomi? She's telling me something. Okay. It says replace a creature, personal creature you can see until its spell ends. You deal an extra. Yeah, until it ends.
Okay, so that means that's still running until either the duration goes off or you.
So it's still under Hex, correct?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
it is under Hex. I was just checking because I've never done it before and she's done it before. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Learning curve here. Let's see, where am I at? I think I'm gonna stay where I am right now.
Okay. I'm gonna stay there. The Sahagin makes a move, and he is attacking. The Master Gunner. He's attacking Varric, and it hits. Okay. Varric has been damaged. Make the damage on that one. And it is Whistler. It's your go. And Daksha, you're on deck.
Okay. Well, assuming that no one else knows that that not many people know what a Sahagin is, I'm going to sneak over beside the Sahagin, use my my crow caw in order to alert to his position, just like a
First things first, make me a hide. Make me a stealth roll, please.
a stealth roll. Okay,
You said you're sneaking over.
that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. 22.
Okay. So yeah, you did come over and you alert his position.
And then I'm just going to shank him
Okay,
with my dagger.
go ahead. Make a roll to hit.
Where's my actions? There it is. That is a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit.
Yep.
Missed.
I can't buy a hit today, apparently.
Okay, and Daksha, you're up.
So Tinkle asked me to pull the guy that he roped, right?
Well, he's grabbed one of the ropes from the ship. He's swung partway out, and then he used his whip for the rest of the distance and has wrapped it around the other guy's arm, who's frantically bracing himself on the other ship. And he's kind of suspended between the ropes. So if you pull on that rope, you could possibly tug that other individual overboard.
I'll try.
Okay, make me a strength roll
I had a feeling you'd say that.
and add
Well, I
your
mean, that makes
proficiency-
sense.
Add your proficiency modifier as well.
Yay! Because I have a +0 otherwise. So that would be 15.
15. 15, you definitely give it a good yank. And yeah. So what ends up happening is this individual goes plummeting into the water.
Yes.
Neat teamwork. Woohoo!
Good job,
However,
you guys.
as that
Ingenious
happens,
idea.
I do need you to make an acrobatics roll, Tinkle, please.
Oh, I guess.
You know, end up in the water too, probably.
19.
Okay, so you only take half damage. You take 2 points, as even though the one end, as he falls and it gives way and he goes down, you end up going slam into the side of your own ship. So 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And that was Daksha's turn. Daksha, you staying where you're at?
Actually, what I was thinking about doing is trying to move towards the creature that spawned on the ship and try to help there, because I think I could do more there. I can move 30 feet, but I'm not sure how big the squares are on this map.
5 feet. So you can get up to right there.
Okay,
It's flanked.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, it is pretty well flanked now. There are 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of you around it. So,
But with me helping him pull, I don't have an attack action, correct? Because I help
if
pull
you
on the
use
rope,
your
right?
attack action to the pull, yeah.
That's what I figured.
All right.
I think that's all I can do at the moment.
This pirate is going to make. Ooh, nice. Takes his saber out or cutlass out and swings at the Sahagin, doing 10 points of damage. Sahagin hits him with 10 points. Okay. And Varric is going to stay the course and fire on the other ship. Hit. Three points of damage to the ship. This brings back memories of when we did this on stream. I can, and now it's the logistical nightmare is coming back to me, and I just can't imagine there being multiple ships. That was crazy. Yeah. So that's what
Man, I remember that. And we had like each person was doing certain things and then sending it to the head person, and they were gathering it all together and then sending it to them. It was like this huge system of sending all the information over.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was interesting. I had fun doing it though. Like I feel like they did a decent job of it. The only bad thing was the people that were doing all the roles and stuff really didn't hear the storyline very much because they were so busy with that. But I still enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
And the catapult or the ballista on the forecastle of their ship has been disabled. So you guys are aware of that. So many things. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. You see the ballista at your forecastle take aim and fire directly at the captain of the ship. And one of the large ballista bolts pretty well takes one of his legs clean off. He really damaged him at this point.
Well, if he survives, he's going to be peg-legged. Sorry.
He's being pulled on board by him slowly.
Daksha yells over, I can clean up that mess later if you need it.
Here, yes. Yeah, ooh. 19, John, I think that hits you.
Yes, it would.
Take 3 points of piercing damage, please.
Ouch.
Yeah. Okay. So we are now at the top of the round. So that's you, John. And as you guys now are at this point, you're within boarding range, so you can either continue to fire your ranged weapons. You're literally about 10 feet apart. So the riggers and that are starting to get ready to swing across. And you guys can do so as well if you wish on this round. So I will
Well-
let you know that.
I'm actually gonna fire on the Sahagin from where I'm at.
Yep, you're up there. You can get it. Yes, you can. You can take a
Yeah,
shot.
I heard the crow call,
Yep, and you look over
and I
the
see
railing
it
and you see
menacing
it.
my boss. It's like, yeah, no. Protect the boss. Protect
Yep.
the boss.
Yep.
Whistler's helping.
So that's a 24 to hit,
Oh yeah, you hit.
and that's a 5 for damage.
5 more damage.
Piercing.
Okay.
And Lorelai's hex should probably take effect now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and since I'm a thief, I'm also going to add my sneak attack.
Yep.
Seeing as he's flanked.
Yes, he
I
is.
can't remember if it has to do with just her attacks or if it's other people's attacks.
It should
It's
say
just
so.
her attack.
I think it's just hers.
Yeah.
it
What's
is just mine.
Sneak attack
It says
damage
when I
is.
damage it.
1d6.
Yeah,
Five.
I'm mistaken.
5 more.
Yep.
He's looking pretty hurt. And Tinkle, you're up.
Okay, so they're trying to bring up that person that's in the water, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up the stairs. I'm gonna pull my belt off, and I'm gonna sling my belt at the person that's trying to pull him up, which is a weapon kind of like a bola.
Okay. Does it have a 10-foot reach?
It has a 20-foot range up to 50.
Okay. So you're basically throwing.
Yes. And I rolled an 18.
Okay, it hits. And now are you doing it to the guy pulling him up?
Yes.
Okay.
So it wraps around him,
Yep.
entangling him. Now, because he's distracted, do I get my sneak attack damage on that?
Yep.
Okay. So I do 8 damage with the weapon. And 5 damage with the sneak attack.
Excellent. All right,
And hopefully he
and
drops them back.
he goes back in the water. Okay.
You get back in that water, wizard.
And hopefully he's restrained. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, he looks like he's tied up in your belt. And Gabrielle.
I do a little jig. I do a little jig. I do a little jig.
Do we get advantage on the Sawagan since it's flanked?
Yes, you do.
Okay, is that on spells or just melee weapons?
I'm going to give it to spells as well.
Okay.
He's beyond blank.
Okay. I probably will just do my Eldritch Blast on it again, but I don't know how to do that at advantage.
It's same as before. I think you should be able to right click your Eldritch Blast or just roll it twice.
Okay. Advantage. Okay. And Hex is still on it, so
Yep.
if it hits it. Okay, roll that one. Ooh. 30-20.
Nice.
The roll of damage. Okay. Which is 2. And my hex, which is
And
Okay.
apparently, mess with the crow. He's easy.
I will have to
He
work
kinda
on
sets
that
himself
for
up for that.
episode 3. It seems that whenever I share the map screen, there's no audio.
Oh,
I don't know what's
interesting.
going on. So I will bring the map screen up just so everybody in chat knows. I'll bring it up once in a while just so you guys can see where everything's at. And then we will switch back to this screen so you can hear us all. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll figure it out eventually.
You might be able to share the screen on this on Zoom, and it might fix it. I'm not sure.
It might. Yeah, I might have to.
I know that's what
I
Realmsmith used to do.
will eventually attempt that. Sure. Okay. All right. So that was Daksha's turn. Now it's everybody else. So we've got this individual will make the roll. Okay, luckily tries to swing across, fails, and ends up back on their own ship. Swings across and lands on the stairs. Takes another shot at the captain and misses. Swings across. And is in the water. Swings across. Okay. And now Dave will make an attack action. Missed. Missed. Does a 16 hit you, Daksha?
What does it?
16?
16? That does not hit.
Okay. So this
I
the
may
orcs
be-
decide to takes a swing and misses. And that is the end of that round. And now we are at the top of the round. I'm going to quickly see if I can do a screen share on here. See if that will help anything. Allow me to share that. It's going to probably mess up our. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. Nope, that didn't work. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to share everything so you can see it, but that definitely did not work. What about...
I think what they did is they had a separate camera to
Yeah, I think
run
that might have been it.
I think
So,
is what they did. I'm not sure because it showed up just like our video, but it was a small square.
yeah, it was probably a separate thing.
Mhm.
So it's not allowed me to.
But I'm not
Should-
exactly sure how they did it.
So either way,
We'll figure it out later.
I'm gonna be okay, so now at least everybody should be able to hear me. Can't hear you guys yet, but just so you guys can see, this is the two ships. This is where we're at. We have Daksha is the first of the party to be aboard the other ship. And we have a couple of Tainted Heart pirates aboard the other ship. And the rest are making the attempts. One is in the water. This individual here is actually in the water. And that's where everybody is. So you can get a quick sight of wherever it is. We've got the captain over here, the helmsman here, the bosun here, John is here, our master gunner is here. We've got our master of arms over here, Whistler, Tinkle. All right, so that's where everybody is, and I will take us back to the main map. All right, so here we are, guys. We're back. So you guys can start off the round with John.
What do I need to roll to board?
Acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics it is. $14.
A 14. You fell just short as you are swinging back. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Oops.
Oh, for God's sake. A nat 1 plus 5. So I got 6.
You're in the water. Okay, so that sums that one up. And you're gonna, well, we'll get that next round. You're finally
Man overboard.
you're the second crew member overboard at this point. Tinkle.
Okay. So everyone's having fun without me. What's going on? So at that point, I go, okay. So I come over here and I'm going to swing over.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics. I'm assuming it's going to be acrobatics.
Okay, I'm not even going to roll a second one. That's a 28.
Yeah, you're fine.
And I'm actually going to come up right beside the guy that I used my boa on.
Yep.
And I am now going to use my rapier against him.
Okay, go ahead.
And I roll 9.
Okay, so you guys see Tinkle in all the flourish that he is accustomed to, literally grab multiple ropes and do a tumble in the air, mid-leap, and land on his feet in front of the, no rope in his hand, but he lands on his feet with his rapier in hand, ready to go, and as he stabs out, he misses.
I can't do everything. But I do flip my hair back.
Okay, Gabriele.
Okay. I am going to try to board as well. I'm gonna
Okay.
move over and try to board.
Make acrobatics or athletics.
I will attempt acrobatics. At least if I fall on the water, I'll be fine because I can breathe water. That's an 8.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
You might have company, John.
Bless you all.
Um,
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
Dex saving throw. Okay, that's a dex saving. That's a 10.
Oh my goodness. Splash!
Hi, John.
There's now 3 of you in the water on that side of the boat. Okay.
Apparently, that should be our next thing that we practice.
What do I need to roll to get to the rigging on the side of the boat for climbing out of the water?
We'll worry about that on your turn next round. But yes, you can attempt to do that. And that brings us to Whistler, I believe. You're up.
Okay, first question. Can I see the people? Am I able to see that people fell in the water?
Make your perception check.
Okay, gonna do that now.
We're just all in a row here.
Gabrielle looks right at home.
Yep, this is what happens when a Triton's in the water.
That's a 19.
Yeah, you do notice that Gabrielle and John and one other of your crew members have gone overboard.
Okay. Then I'm going to head on over towards the edges of ship where they are.
Yep.
I'm going to, in John Cardinal's voice, shout at the top of my lung, "Man overboard!" And then I'm going to cast Shape Water to make 5 like 1 foot platforms of ice on the water where 3 where they are, and 2 in an attempt to try to make a path towards the ship.
Whose ship? This one or the enemy ship?
Between our ship and the enemy ship. I'm trying to make it basically an ice bridge
Okay.
of platforms.
All right.
Yeah,
So you
so you
make
can hop
just
across.
1 foot wide little steps that you create with ice, and you form. So the water rises up from the swelling ocean between the 2 ships, which is churning madly, and comes up and starts to crystallize in the air and form these steps that come up. So there are steps that are appearing in front of John and Gabriele and of course this other pirate that you won't be able to get on the deck of the other ship. It's not going to reach up that high, but
Pretty
it
much.
will get. Well, you got to remember you're about 30, well maybe 20 feet down,
Exactly. I
and then
figured.
20 feet across, right? So you're doing these little steps.
At this point, I'm just going to look down at Gabrielle, hold onto my head, and just go, get the others on the platforms.
I do believe, Gabrielle, you have to have that activated, correct?
No, it's just a racial trait. I can always try. That's how we normally communicate.
So you can
Isn't
just
that a
hear,
class
you can
trait?
hear everybody's thoughts all the time.
No. It's awakened mind. I can do telepathic conversation.
Okay, so he
I
can't
do
initiate
it
a
with him.
conversation.
No,
Okay, so you
I
try
don't
that.
think.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think you can. I think you
No.
have to initiate it, and then
I think
he
I have to
res-
initiate it, and then
Yeah.
he can talk back.
So you
Fair
you
enough.
try that, Whistler. You don't know. I mean, you try to communicate nothing, but you do know that they can reach the rigging on the side of the ship. They can't get on the deck, but they can at least get to the rigging on the other side. Come their turn, and then that takes us to Daksha.
All right. I'm just gonna keep beating that away at the one that I'm at until he's down, and then we'll work my way towards the captain. That's what
Okay.
I'm trying to do.
Roll to
So-
hit.
Let's do this. 12 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and then I'll follow it up with a unarmed strike, and that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Nice, that hits. Elbow. Boom.
Yep. And
Wasn't
max damage,
expecting.
yay, 7.
He's still up, but he's looking pretty hurt.
Yeah,
And then that brings the end of that round. This individual is going to attempt. Yep, this time they make it over there.
Hey, he made it this time.
A little further, and we'll attempt a attack on the captain and misses. Ooh. I need a dexterity saving throw from Tinkle. Ooh,
Dex or
dex.
okay. That's a 11.
Okay. So you are going to take some damage here as the ballista bolt goes through your own ship's railing here, through the railing here. This guy gets out of the way, and you get hit with the bolt. Back forward. This might take you down, I don't know, 8 points of damage.
I'm down.
You're down. Okay. So I will put you at black ring.
Picking on the small guy. I see how this is.
Don't worry, the captain is out. It took the whole rail out and part of the ship. You have a question, Whistler?
I was wondering if there's any chance I could roll perception to see if I've noticed Tinkle fall.
No. You can, not where you're at.
Gotcha.
But you do not hear his voice anymore.
All right, I'm going to show the map. Actually, I got a few more actions to take, and then I'll show the map again. So this pirate in the water does make it over to the side of the ship and begins to climb up the riggings. There. Swings across. Here. It takes a swing and hits. Points of damage. This already went. This guy back up again, and there is mass combat going on all over the place. That looks like it.
Chris,
Yep.
sorry to interrupt. Would you classify that as undetermined force? Because under luck of my race, I have advantage on saving throws due to undetermined force.
Yeah, it wasn't really a force. It wasn't a push. It was
Okay.
actually a piercing ballistic bolt that came through, and yeah, it was pretty messy. But we'll get to the damage part at the end. How bad are you, by the way?
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, how bad? Yeah. 0.
Well, how are you doing it? Are we doing saving throws?
We're not going to do the essay. So how far below would you
Like-
have gone?
I would have been -2.
Okay, so you're not that bad. So that's okay. So you are bleeding, though, just so you know. You are at 0. But yeah, you are bleeding.
Feel a little woozy over here.
Okay, so this particular pirate is down. Actually, I'm just going to take it off deck. Losing, this
Wait, are
one.
they dead?
She could be dead, but we'll get to that. Don't worry. And yep, so that's it. So we're going to do a screen share now or a switch over. So I'm going to try and fix another audio issue while we're on it, but I have to switch it to the map so you guys can see. And let's do an audio capture. I think I can hear you all now. Maybe? Yep. I can hear you. Okay. So I think everybody can hear you now on the map screen, which is a good thing. All right. So we are at the top of the round. We are on, at this point, we are John. You are at the side of the ship, and you can climb up. Not a problem.
I have a
John's
question.
gonna try to
Yeah.
climb up to get up here.
Could I give him assistance since I'm in the water next to him if he can't get up?
Yeah, he seems to have no problem with those steps in the rigging. You guys can easily get aboard the other ship.
Okay, just checking.
So that's your movement, John. What are you doing at this point?
I'm moving up and I'm gonna try to attack this guy here.
Okay.
You're welcome, John.
But he doesn't say that because Whistler doesn't speak.
Yeah.
And your roll to hit is
Ay, ay, ay. I
not very
gotta,
good. Not good, I take it.
Yeah, I had said that out of character. Sorry.
I have to equip my rapier.
Yes, you do.
I usually just have it all equipped and just know what I have and don't have on. That way you don't have to constantly switch
Yeah,
it.
it's 14 to hit.
And that hits.
For 6 damage.
Okay, excellent. And that brings up. You bleed at this point, Tinkle. You are at -1. And now that brings us to Gabrielle.
I know, I was doing so much and you just wanted me to stay still now. It's okay.
Okay. Can I get back up on our ship?
Yep.
Okay. And then that's my move action. And then I am going to Eldritch Blast the is their ballistitude still up?
In the middle of the ship, yes. You have it hexed.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna go hit it. I'm gonna try and hit him again.
Yep.
If that's okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so hit this. Hopefully it hits. Probably not. 10.
10 misses.
Yeah. I don't like digital dice right now.
And Whistler, you're up.
Yeah, that's why I switched back to regular dice.
I don't have any.
Can I roll a perception check to see what the situation is on the ship?
On your ship or their ship?
Their ship.
Make me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 22.
You see that the captain has been killed. Several of the orcs or orc pirates are down. There is there's three that seem untouched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are injured.
And the condition of our guys?
You've lost 1, and Tinkle is down.
Okay, so I've noticed Tinkle's down.
Now you notice Tinkle is down. Yes.
If that's the case, I'm gonna have my character water over as close as I can to get to where Tinkle is. And I'm going to cast Fog Cloud to obscure his area so that to hide him. Essentially.
Okay, so you're casting a fog cloud around.
Like basically on top of his body. Just to cover him so that people hopefully don't notice him. It's a 20-foot sphere placed on him.
There. Okay, so there's a fog cloud there now.
Okay. And I'm just going to try to alert everyone that Tinkle's down. I'm just going to do my alert cause and point right where Tinkle is.
Okay. Oops.
Noisy little thing, isn't he?
Go.
I'm not noisy, I'm quiet.
Well, right now he is.
She's talking about me, Tinkle. And that's Whistler's job.
Okay, you are stable, Tinkle. At 0. Okay, there's Whistler, and then that takes us to Daksha.
Alright, I will continue. Very surprised this guy has not come down yet, but she doesn't mind. She'll just keep going. 14 to hit.
14 misses. Actually, no, sorry, that just hits.
Just hits? Okay. That's 4 damage with the quarterstaff and follow
And he
up.
drops.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll spin around and swing my unarmed strike. Because isn't there one person right behind me, basically?
5 foot step.
Oh,
Yeah.
they moved.
Chat says they
Yeah,
can't
that
hear
works.
anything.
Yeah, I know. That was from before.
Yeah, that one was a little
They
one.
can, they can hear us now. I fixed
Okay.
it. I fixed it.
Yeah. All right, and that is a, let's see here, unarmed strike to hit is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Yes. 5 damage.
5 damage. Nice. Okay. Well, that's
I think it's funny
Daksha.
that I've been hitting harder with my unarmed strike than I have with my quarterstaff, even though I can have a possibility of being higher with my quarterstaff.
Let's see. This.
Okay, dumb question. How
Yes.
does two weapon fighting work in 5e?
So with and this is without it being a elephant, but you can do it like where you have 2 hands, and this is specifically for the monk. If they're doing a monk weapon like a quarterstaff, they can hit like this and then elbow or headbutt. Because if you look at the description of the martial arts, I can do kicks, headbutts, elbowing, things like that. So that's where my unarmed strike's coming from. Is not from the stick. It's coming from my elbow or something else like that.
No,
or-
I'm just wondering because my character has 2 weapon fighting, so I'm assuming like a weapon in each hand, but
it has to be
Do I make-
finesse. For that specific one, it has to be for finesse. And the second weapon does not get your bonus to its damage. Unless you take, there's 2 different feats you can take to make it better. One of the feats makes it so you can do heavier weapons, and the other one, oh no, it's not finesse, it's light. I'm sorry, light weapons. For the normal one, but for the
Great weapon.
one feat, it makes it so you can do finesse. So then you can use like a rapier or something like that. Where before you could only use like short swords or daggers, things like that, smaller things.
well, yeah, I've got a rapier and a dagger.
But the
Yep.
rapier is not considered a light weapon. So you can't use the rapier with the dagger. You'd have to do like 2 daggers or 2 short swords. Yeah, I used to be a rogue.
Yeah, rapier's a finesse weapon. You can't do that.
Mhm.
Does a
They're slightly
17
heavier.
hit you, John, by the way?
Yes, it does. I
Okay,
have 13 armor class.
and you take 3 points of piercing damage. Or, sorry, slashing damage.
But there is a feat that can make it so you can use your rapier. And then there's a second feat you can take that will allow you to use your bonus to your damage as well. If you need me to look those up for you, I can tell you what they are later.
I'm just curious, do I make 2 attack rolls or is it 1 attack roll? And
So if you're using, like I said, like if you're using 2 daggers or 2
Which I have,
short
yeah.
swords, then what you do is you do a dagger for the first one, you roll an attack roll and then the damage, and then you do a second dagger with a second, hit and damage.
Yeah.
And you can actually tell the dagger like in your inventory. You can click on it and modify it to say that it's an offhand weapon for it to go down onto your bonus actions.
All right, Daksha, 15. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope, he deflects it.
Okay. So we are at the top of the round, and that brings us back to John.
okay. So I'm going to use my 2 weapon. With my 2 daggers, I'm going to attack this guy again.
Okay. First one.
Aye.
Take it for this.
$17.
Hit.
Second dagger is an 11.
Miss.
So I'll do the damage for 1.
Yep.
5 points.
Mhm. Dead. Okay. And Tinkle, you're not able to move. You are incapacitated, but your eyes do kind of flutter open, and it's very foggy around you. How long does that fog last, Whistler? Whistler?
Concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay, so it's still going, unless you dropped it.
Which I haven't yet.
Okay, that's fine. So your eyes flutter open, Tinkle, but you can't move. Like you feel like every bone in your body is just aching. And with that, we move on to Gabriele.
All right. So I now have physical dice. I am going to once again attempt to hit the ballista guy that is hexed.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let me add. Really adding. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 30, 20.
Hits.
14 plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I do the 1d10. And then I have my hex damage, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm doing it physical because my digital hated me. Shoot, what was it? That's 10, right? 5. Okay, I don't add anything to it, right? That's a 5 for Eldritch.
5 points for Eldritch.
Yeah, 5 points for Eldritch. I'm making sure I'm not adding in anything because when you do it on okay, and then 1d6 for my hex. And that would be 5 for hex.
Okay, so you take him out.
Sweet.
The hex just envelops the rest of him. So he's down.
And I can move it, right? You didn't do a bonus?
You can move.
I can move.
Oh, you move the hex,
right.
yeah.
The ones with red are the ones that have been hit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Move it to the one that Wait, is that a bad guy next to Tinkle?
No.
Okay. It's very hard for me to see the numbers. To 12. Yeah. Move the hex over to 12. Sorry, hard for me to see the numbers.
Okay. All right.
And that's my turn.
And that's your turn. And then we finish off with Whistler. Almost finished off. So we got Whistler back.
Okay, so I'm guessing I can see what's going on with John being flanked on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna move 30 feet to there, and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on this guy right here,
Okay.
the wounded one.
Yep.
Okay, roll to see if I hit. 17, and that's with a +6 from the looks of it.
Damage.
No, +6 to hit.
Yeah, damage.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I got a little D8. 5 damage.
Okay. He just drops to the deck. It seems like he's frozen. Solid. Okay, and now we're on Daksha.
Just so you know, Chill Touch does necrotic damage, not freezing cold
Yep.
damage.
All right, so I'm gonna continue after the guy I'm next to, so we'll see what happens. 13 to hit. I don't think that does it?
13 hits.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. That will be. I am really horrible on my quarterstaff. 6 damage.
Okay.
And a 12 to hit with the follow-up.
That misses.
That's it.
All right, that's it. So on their turn, you see all of them that are left standing on the deck drop their weapons, and in common, we surrender.
I like how you put the white rings around them.
Yeah. They've dropped their weapons now, they're unarmed, and they say, we surrender. So, let us go back to our main screen map. Oops. Wrong one. There we go. Now we're back. So, we're slowly working out these little glitches. We're getting there. So, the fog, I'm assuming at this point you can dissipate it, Whistler. But
Yeah, I'm gonna dissipate at this point.
Daksha, what are you doing? You do know that you know he's dropped his weapons. You're kind of surveilling the area. You see Tinkle at the top of the stairs with a Sankir standing above him. He's on the ground. He's not moving. There are several pirates also from your ship that are on the deck, not moving. That is what you see. So what are you doing? What is your actions?
First thing I'd want to do is kind of look in the direction of the captain to see if she accepts their surrender or if she wants us to finish the job. And then if she does accept the surrender, then I'll probably go over to Tinkle, make sure he's stable.
So you do turn your attention over to your own ship and across the way. You do see that the captain has slightly moved as she hears the I surrender, and you see her sheath her weapon.
Okay. That's good enough for me. So yeah, I think I'll go move over to, because there's another pirate next to the one I was dealing with, so I'm sure he'll take care of it. I'm gonna go check on Tinkle.
Okay, so you just
Make
walk
sure
past.
he's stable.
He's down, like he's on death's door. Eyes are open, but he can't move at all. He definitely needs.
Let's see here. I think I have a good.
Is the
medicine check.
ballista that I'm up beside in a fireable condition, Chris?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to try to pivot it around to cover the other guys on deck.
Okay. Yeah, so you're doing
that's a
that.
smart idea.
You pivoted it down. You're aiming it down towards the main part of the deck. Yes. So what are you doing anything, Daksha? Are you healing him? Or
Yes, I'd like to try and help where I can. I've got a +6 in my medicine, so
Okay.
I don't have any healing.
All right.
but I
So
have-
roll your check.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Nice. So with a nat 20, you actually do manage to bring him up to 2 hit points. You are in a lot of pain, Tinkle, and you have 1 level of exhaustion. Just so that you are aware of that. But that's where you're at right now.
And all
Okay.
Daksha says to him is, sadly, I do not have to remove a limb today.
And I try
I
to
got-
direct the NPCs from our side to gather the prisoners in a line for firing if need be.
You see Sankir actually taking charge of that situation with the enemy. He is lining them all up near him so that they are out of the way. And at this point, you guys are now on the deck of the ship. You do take a few moments to kind of recover and recuperate yourself, and just kind of, that was a lot of chaos. Meanwhile, what we experienced on the ship, and the numbers that you've seen was only a small portion of. There were other battles going on. There were other pirate crew members engaging in combat. If I had all of that on the screen, I would be completely overwhelmed. And it just, I mean, this was probably already at the limit of what we can do without it dragging out the combat too long. But you guys have successfully boarded and captured the orc ship known as the Sea Scorpion. At that point, you do get the bosun of the other ship calling out to forgetting names now, Lizzie below deck, and in which case she actually does make an appearance above deck. She comes up and comes over to the side, and then she, at this point she says, below deck, look for what we're looking for. Look for our target.
I would follow orders now that he's stable.
So just before she goes,
I knew
I
this
say-
was coming.
thank you, milady. I love that a beautiful woman had saved me once again. And as I get up, I pull out a flask, I take a big chug, and I pass it to her.
Do I even want to know what that is?
It's a spirited drink. It's of the gods.
Do we not have rations of that?
This is my special brew.
Ah. Should take a small swig. Not
It's
very
only
much
water.
though.
It's only water.
I see. Refreshing nonetheless. And she'll start searching for what they're looking for.
Okay. John?
And I'll start moving slowly.
Yeah, you're following, but yeah, you're hobbling a little bit. You're in a lot of
Actually, I'm moving over to the helm. To
Okay.
the wheel.
Yep. It's taken some damage. It probably wouldn't make a long voyage in its current condition without repairs. And the captain's body is lying there, legless and bleeding all over the place.
Oh, I'm going to search them then.
Okay. So you are searching the captain. Daksha, you've gone below deck. John,
Yeah, that's where I'm heading. Is below deck.
I am keeping the ballista aimed at the prisoners.
okay, so you're keeping it down there.
If they make any sudden moves, it's like, yep, push.
Whistler, what are you doing, Whistler, on the Tainted Heart?
Whistler's here to go try to look at the condition of the other sailor that had gone down.
One of your own that fell, you mean, that died?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Well,
so you're gonna have to get on the enemy ship.
Okay. I'm guessing there's no platform to walk across, so I guess I need to roll an acrobatic check.
Yep, acrobatics or athletics. DC 15, please.
That's a 17.
Okay, so Whistler, you manage to get across to the other ship, and you get there. You can see the body. Make a medicine check, please.
Okay. That's a 16.
They're not completely dead as far as you can tell, but there's nothing you could do for them.
Okay. At
Like
this
they're
point-
bleeding out a lot.
At this point, I'm going to do my alert sound again and point to this person to try to get attention to the fact that he or she is alive.
Okay.
Have I been selling with him long enough to know what that means?
You get an alert whistle. That's what you hear.
Well, technically his alert sound is a call, I'll be on the point.
Yeah, it's a call. That's all. Just an alert. But you're below deck, and you're.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to figure that one out or not.
I think you're the only one that's going below deck. Gabrielle, what are you doing?
So far, yeah, I think I'm the only one down there.
I'm going to attempt to cross over to the other ship
Okay,
again
make the roll.
and help Daksha look for what it is we're looking for.
Yep.
Acrobatics again?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Or athletics, whichever one's better.
Actually,
Acrobatics, yes.
hopefully this is better. 11.
11 fails, so make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
You have physical
I
dice.
forgot.
Use your physical dice.
I forgot. $12.
You actually make it. You catch yourself back on the railing. How long do those ice steps last for? Not very long, do they? Are they gone this week?
Let me check. The duration it says is instantaneous. And it unfreezes in 1 hour.
Okay, so they're still there. So you can, now that you've kind of slipped down onto those things, you can walk across.
Okay. I'll
And then
walk
up the
across
Okay.
and then go help Daksha.
Okay, so you can add +2 to your investigation roll, Daksha, as you're down below deck.
That will be a 15,
Okay.
unless it has a strong smell.
While you're down there, you are searching through the different levels of the ship. You do come across a couple more orc pirates that, they're surrendering. They are proceeding up above the deck to kind of go on the, on the main deck and hands up type of thing, or on the face down, or what have you, whichever they're doing. So. You are down there. You do find the cargo hold. You find a lot of different cargo down there. Probably some valuables in there that the captain would be very much appreciative of. But you do find this artifact that you are looking for with a 15. And so it is there. You are able to safely retrieve it and notify the captain and those above deck what's down below, and in which case over the next probably about 2 hours, the ship is now setting up boarding planks between the two ships, trying to tie them off, or in this case they chain them off with large hooks against the railings, just to try and keep the two ships within a safe range or area, and they do proceed to unload the cargo from the orc ship onto the Tainted Heart. Now, the Tainted Heart has taken a little bit of damage as well, and you know that as you're coming up and surveilling that, but that's something that we can deal with after the fact. But you do get this aboard the ship. So, with that in mind, we are going to end tonight's session. We are at 9:15. I can tell you right now, I'm going to give out some experience points. So, you all receive 50 XP for successfully getting the artifact.
Okay.
100 XP for defeating the wizard.
I've never done this before.
Nice.
You have to make sure your it's not on, it can't be on milestones. You have to make sure it's on.
Yeah, you'll have to switch it
XP.
to XP. If it's on.
So,
I gotta find it. I've never had to do this before. I know it's on the home when you're editing your character, but I'm trying to remember where it is. I do have it on XP. Where do I edit it at?
Yeah.
Manage character and levels.
Yeah.
Or no, manage experience.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you click on your character's picture, once you've set up the XP thing.
Type in the XP value and
Yeah. And then, whatever it is.
So far it's been 150.
Yep. A bonus of 50 to Tinkle with the wizard because of the amount of times you sent him into the water. You all get 200 XP for defeating the pirates.
Cool.
so 350 thus far.
For the overall ones.
Because you all eventually did board the enemy ship, you get another additional 100 XP.
Yes.
450.
And John, you get a bonus of 50 XP for using the ship's cannons. Successful.
Nice.
Semi-successful.
Well, Daksha has lots of stuff to work on.
You guys are told once you get back
Woohoo, I am
aboard
now
the
level
Tainted...
2.
Once you get back aboard the Tainted Heart,
Yeah.
you guys are told that there will be a bonus for you guys because you did board the enemy ship once you get back to port with your next pay, so there will be some bonuses in there, plus there'll be a share of whatever booty that you guys just hauled off the enemy ship, and then of course the agreed upon artifacts that are interesting. So yeah. So with that, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. So I'm gonna go around the table. We're gonna just tell everybody.
Do we take the prisoners aboard our ship and scuttle
the pri-
theirs? or-
the prisoners are actually being taken aboard your own ship, so they are not being mistreated in any way. There is some kind of an honor code, it seems, aboard the sea, especially once they've surrendered. However, what you do see on the enemy ship, other than the fact that the ballista that was at front has been dismantled and it's coming back aboard the Tainted Heart in pieces, the sails are being removed, but after that, you smell smoke. They have lit fire to the actual sea scorpion itself. So you do know that has happened when you're aboard the ship. And with that, guys, you are setting sail back towards Eldor. Yes.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Did we manage to save that one member that was downed?
No. You're dead.
Okay.
So in total, there are 3 of your crewmates dead. In total, that one you lost at sea. 2 more were they bled out on the deck. It was just too much. But there are several. There's wounded everywhere, enemies and friends alike. So you guys will get back. We will do that for next session, but we're going to go around the table now. So let's find out who was playing these wonderful characters and where they can find you on the interwebs. Daksha.
My name is Naomi. I go by Dag_Crystal for most platforms. Minecraft, it's Dag7. Or some rendition of that. You can find me pretty much on any platform. I'm mostly active on Discord or like this with Twitch and stuff like that on the stream.
John?
I'm mostly active here or on Discord or on Facebook as Rob Beaudry. Well, D. Robert Beaudry actually on Facebook.
Or Badger Rob or Honey Badger Rob or all those wonderful renditions. And Tinkle.
My name's Patrick, and you can find me on the Gamers Cavern or on here with Deacons.
Gabriele.
I am Lorelai. I am on Discord as Grey Wolf, Twitch as Lorelai Redford, and Facebook as Lorelai Redford. But I'm mostly active on Discord.
And Whistler.
Hi, I'm Jack. You can see me on our Discord typically as RuneScore DM, and you can see me on my Twitter as Black Lantern Ace.
Excellent. And I am Deacon Loose. You can find me on all the socials. The same place you found our channel, at DeaconsTable. And you can find me on the Discord all the time, usually around. DM me. I'm available to talk about role playing or gaming or anything of that nature. We are actively looking for more players and DMs and everything else. So, come join, be part of the community. I haven't seen, that's the one thing I noticed I haven't seen at all during our chat. There's none of our messages popped up for advertisement. It's weird, but I'll have to start doing it manually, I guess. So in our chat window, it has now just shown you the Discord link. So feel free to join it. The membership in our Discord, of course, is free. There are paid tiers, though, that give you different access, but we don't do paid tiers like $40 or $50 a month, and not even $20 a month. It's $2.50 to start off with, and $5 if you're feeling very generous to help us out. So with that, guys, be excellent to one another. And that's in the famous words of Rufus and Bill and Ted's. But if you are going to play, and hopefully you do get a chance to play, we do ask that you all play nice, and we will see you on Thursday night for our Minecraft stream, and next Tuesday for episode 3 of Southern Expanse. Ciao for now.
Bye, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.
Man, I was having bad rolls that day. Yeah,
It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I heard it.
You're welcome, John and Gabrielle, by the way.
That actually was a really smart idea. That worked nice.
Thank you for getting me out of the water.
If he hadn't done it and you were having trouble, I was gonna try and help you because she can breathe in water.
That's
So-
making you have a swim speed too, because you're trying.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can.
I've effectively set my character up as a support type character. And
I noticed the two Gabrielle and Whistler were like on the ship, and everybody else was jumping over. And the second time I fail, I'm like, yeah, shouldn't mind going in the water.
Well, we're trying.
I try to